Hello and welcome. It's Brendan Rowan from skyflowers.co here, just giving a quick news update about what's happening in 2017. On the Skyflowers website in January, I posted an article about the plans for 2017. Now, for those who don't know, that the Skyflowers project started in 1997, meaning that in 2017 it is the 20th year and the 20th anniversary of the project. So I thought I'd do something special this year, just to mark the occasion. If you go to the website, in the article there's a video I posted earlier about the project, and this one is just a little addendum just to add some extra information to that. Now the box sets. Currently, as in this week, I'm having a meeting with the manufacturers. We're going to go over product designs and start the early stages of actual structural development of the boxes, and sort of work out sizes, shapes, and all of that kind of thing. And then once I've gone from there, I'll be going and getting some graphic design work done, of course, to pretty up the boxes. All of this is going along really well. I'm really happy with it. The initial quotes I'm happy with also. And even though we're coming into April, I've scheduled release for these in June, which gives me about 2 months to sort of play around with designs and make sure it's all picture perfect come release date. So around about July 1, I hope to have those out. It could be earlier, but I don't want to rush this process because it's been 20 years that they've been in development, and I want to get that right. Moving right along to Skyflowers TV. Basically, this channel was launched earlier in 2017. To be completely honest, I wish I'd done it earlier because there's a lot of things I want to say and there's a lot of things I want to present, and video is a great medium to do that because you've got a lasting record of workshops and classes and things. But the current update with Skyflowers TV, I'm uploading videos about every 3 days at the moment, simply because I've got a backlog of episodes that I want to publish and post, and just to get the ball rolling and get the channel moving. I'm posting every 3 days, so expect videos twice weekly for probably the next couple of months actually. So anyway, stay tuned to Skyflowers TV. That'll lead you directly through to my YouTube page. Okay. Next thing that's on the list is the Emotions Dictionary. Now, in 2016, I actually released the first edition of Skyflowers Emotions. That edition contained 269 definitions of rare emotions, thought patterns, and was basically designed for kinesiology. And what I found is that since that time, I've gone and produced a whole lot more work in the 6 months between the initial publication and now. And so basically what I'll be doing is doubling it and taking it up to 500 definitions. So anybody who bought the original publication will get a free copy of the second updated edition. And I'll just take you on a little quick tour through it. Now, for those who haven't seen Skyflowers Emotions, this is what it looks like. It comes in 3 flavours, and basically you can get a printed hard copy, so you can have it in your hands in clinic, or you can get the Mac or the Windows version. The one we're looking at the moment is the Mac version, but the Windows version is exactly the same. Now, if we just have a bit of a look inside of the Skyflowers Emotions, there's a quick introduction to the layout and the design of the second edition, and basically this lays out the design reason behind it, because what I found is that a lot of so-called emotions dictionaries are really just a copy and paste of a thesaurus or a dictionary, which really doesn't cut it in clinic. Other than the copyright issues and the legal issues of doing that, a traditional dictionary doesn't really get to the beating heart of problems, and a thesaurus just really puts words out there that mean the same thing but don't get to the bottom line. Whereas Skyflowers Emotions is basically designed around getting straight to the heart of the matter. I'll just give you a quick tour here. That each listing is just cut down to 2 lines. Now that doesn't seem like a lot of information, but what I've actually done is that I've written these and I've revised them and I've revised them and I've tweaked the wording so you get an emotional response from your client when these words test up or when you use them. They're designed for maximum clarity, because if you had half a page or even a page of definition, your mind can wander and go off on tangents. Whereas if you've got a little bite-sized digestible piece of information, it gets straight to the point, and you'll get a reaction and a response to that. As always, the layout is exactly the same. There's no layout changes. You've got the definition, the name of the definition, the 2 lines, and plus you've got the flower remedies that actually go with that. The only difference in the second edition is some minor layout changes at the front of the manual, and plus you'll be getting the extra 250 definitions in the middle. So that's it. That's Skyflowers Emotions. Now, if we go back to the Skyflowers website, more exciting news, and this is kind of ties in with Skyflowers TV, because Skyflowers TV will eventually become will offer live webinars and live streams. I'm actually going to teach through the internet, so that was kind of the reasoning to set up Skyflowers TV, not just to post videos, but to actually teach through it. Now, this next one ties in with that is simply because Skyflowers TV will be presenting a lot of information to do with the Australian Kinesiology Association conference this year, as well as the Kinesiology Association of New Zealand conference. Now, the CANS conference, I've actually been accepted to present at that, and I'll be presenting Integrating Kinesiology and Flower Therapy, which will be roughly about a 40-minute lecture, including slides. And I am submitting the same lecture to the AKA for inclusion in their Australian conference this year, which is held in Melbourne, my hometown. So that would be great to be on the bill for that one. Now, the other exciting thing, and how this ties into Skyflowers TV, is that there will be a number of videos posted before the conference and during the conference and after the conference, so on related subjects, and as I build up a library of information, and also present some of the other little side modules that go with integrating kinesiology and flower therapy, because that lecture is actually taken out of a course called Clinical Flower Therapy. So what I'm doing at the moment is starting to move towards an integrated teaching system of teaching online, and any workshops that I hold will be filmed and will be posted online. So especially the Kinesiology Association of New Zealand conference, seeing as I'll be in New Zealand for about 18 days at the end of August, early September, I'll be filming a little video documentary of my trip, and I'll be posting it online. So it's early days on that one, but I'll keep you posted on what's going on there. Just a little bit of extra, there'll be workshops. I'll be running some workshops, probably starting around about June, July. I'll be running clinical flower therapy in the lead up to those 2 conferences. So expect workshop dates to sort of ramp up towards mid and end of year. There'll be a few in this early stages of April, May. I'll talk about those later, but June is when it really kicks off, and I'll be teaching around the country. I'll be teaching in Sydney, Brisbane, and maybe Perth. I'll have to look into that in June, July, in the lead up to the New Zealand conference. I'll be teaching in New Zealand. There'll be about 3 or 4 workshops offered there, and then when I come home again. So expect more Skyflowers workshops to be coming up. Clinical flower therapy, I mentioned that earlier. Basically, that's a complete rewrite of the practice of flower therapy to include plant studies. A lot of natural therapy courses sort of gloss over the teaching of authentic flower therapy, whereas this one goes back and teaches it from the ground up. So expect to see clinical flower therapy to be launched as part of the 20th anniversary of the Skyflowers. For those who are interested in clinical flower therapy, pop over to clinicalflowertherapy.com, which is a separate website that I've set up, and that's got all of the rules, regulations, and sort of the technical stuff to do with flower therapy itself. So head over there to clinicalflowertherapy.com. As I said, as I promised earlier in 2017, the focus will be on higher standards of education. That's not only just my education, teaching through the internet, but I'm also calling for natural health associations and instructors, especially kinesiologists who I have a close affinity to upgrade and look at the quality of our teaching, especially to do with flower therapy. As I said earlier, the plants have been taken out of flower therapy, and that removes all of the diagnostic skills that students need to know when they're working with flower remedies, and so they know how to apply flower remedies the way nature intended them. So that's kind of like the main theme for me for this year, higher standards of education. And so a lot of the products and things that I'm working on is to do with that in this year.